Welcome to Storytell Kids.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Clara who lived in a big city. She had everything she could ever want. A fluffy cat named Luna and a funny dog named Sparky. One day, Clara went to visit her grandmother who lived in a cozy cottage surrounded by a beautiful garden. When her grandmother wasn't home, Clara played with Luna, chasing each other around the garden. Suddenly, Clara spotted something strange. A tiny firefly was glowing near the old oak tree, and it seemed to be calling out to her. Curiosity sparked in her eyes. She wanted to find out what the firefly was up to. So, without even saying goodbye to Luna, she ran after it. The firefly zipped and zoomed around the tree, and then, just as quickly, it vanished. Clara searched everywhere, but the firefly was nowhere to be found. Then she noticed something peculiar. On the tree, right where the firefly disappeared, there were faint golden paw prints glowing in the dark. She couldn't believe her eyes. Were these paw prints magical? And if so, where did they lead? Before she knew it, she was crawling through the hollow, and suddenly everything went black. When Claire opened her eyes, she found herself in a place unlike anything she had ever seen before. Shimmering starlight twinkled all around her, and the air was filled with a warm, sweet scent. As her eyes adjusted to the light, she realized that she was on a soft, squishy path made of moss. In front of her stretched a winding road made of glowing cobblestones. Just then, a velvety voice purred, "Welcome, traveler." Startled, Clara turned around and saw a tall, elegant cat wearing a tiny crown made of moonbeams. "Greetings." The cat bowed gracefully. "I am Sir Whiskerbright, guardian of the secret cat kingdom. Only those with kind hearts can discover our hidden world. Are you worthy?" he asked with a raised eyebrow. Clara couldn't believe what she was hearing. But before she could respond, the cat continued, "Our kingdom is in grave danger. The moonstone that lights our city has lost its glow. Without it, our night gardens will fade away and all the magical creatures here will fall into an eternal slumber. You, Clara, are our only hope." Clara's heart raced. Could she really help these magical cats, despite her fear? She knew she had to try. "What must I do?" she asked bravely. Sir Whiskerbright's whiskers twitched. "Follow the paw prints of starlight. They will guide you to the moonstone." Clara nodded determinedly and began following the path. Soon she came across a clearing with a still pond in the center. Hundreds of silverfish leaped and sparkled in its waters, creating glowing ripples. As she approached, one of the fish jumped out of the water and spoke in a tiny voice. "Welcome to the Velvet Fish Pond. To pass, you must show us your heart." With a wave of its tail, the fish created a shimmering bridge across the pond. Clara walked across, and the moment her paw touched the last ripple, it vanished, leaving her safe on solid ground. She continued her journey until she reached a wide, arching bridge that stretched over a sparkling stream. As she stepped onto it, the bridge began to hum with music, and free little creatures peeked at her from behind the rocks. Clara smiled. This must be the purring bridge. A tiny kitten with emerald eyes scampered up to her and meowed, "Greetings, to cross my bridge. You must make me purr with joy." The kitten closed its eyes and rubbed against her leg. But when Clara picked it up and scratched its ears, it suddenly leaped down and ran across the bridge. Moments later, dozens of playful kittens joined her, tumbling and pouncing as they raced across the path. Their happy meows echoed through the secret cat kingdom. At last, the giggling and splashing grew quiet, and Clara found herself standing before a majestic tower made of moonstone crystals. But there was a problem. The door was sealed shut, and only a small crack peeked open. As she placed her hand on the cold stone, she heard a soft riddle. "Only a friend of all creatures can wake the moonstone's light. Speak the word that opens hearts." Clara thought long and hard. What did the riddle mean? Then she remembered all the creatures she had helped along her journey. The fish, the playful kittens, and all the magical cats who welcomed her here. A big smile spread across her face. she whispered. Love. The door swung open, revealing a round crystal pulsing with gentle silver light. As Clara stepped closer, the moonstone flared to life, flooding the tower with brilliant light. Sir Whiskerbright appeared at her side. You have saved us. Clara, the moonstone shines again. Suddenly, hundreds of cats appeared, their eyes shining like stars. From tiny kittens to fierce tigers, they all gathered around her, purring and meowing with delight. The royal cat dipped his head in respect. Your kindness and bravery have brought light back to our kingdom. The greatest magic, young Clara, is the love we give. Just then, a soft breeze wrapped around Clara, carrying her back through the oak tree hollow. She landed with a soft thump in her grandmother's garden. Blinking, she looked around. The firefly was perched on her shoulder, winking at her like a tiny star. She knew she would never forget her magical adventure in the secret cat kingdom, and whenever she heard a distant meow, she always whispered back, "Love, the end." But what she loved the most were her pets.